is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my grown extended pro family, just thank you so much for the love and support, knowing that we all can connect and relate to each other's situations in pretty much the same way is truly a blessing to know that you are never alone. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please, what are you waiting for? Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. Also, if you feel like the videos are uplifting to you, very informative, or gives you good insight that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even fellow empaths that are going through trying times at the moment, needing confirmation as well as validations toward life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites, wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's greatly appreciated. And I hope that you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music that I'm using in the background is called 7 Hertz Meditation Kundalini Drum Beat Music, Strong Vibration Sounds, Theta Brainwave Frequencies. And I will post that link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today is Twin Flame 101, Heyoka's Changes Remains. Your ascension will never be the same. It's true. As we allow ourselves to learn on so many different levels, on so many different positive ways of how things have came towards us, whether we have learned through experiences or, being put in, overwhelming circumstances, dealing with, stressful situations. As you're rising constantly, allowing yourself to embrace everything that connects to you as you connect to them, allowing that openness to be able to feel the frequencies that we need to learn from, we can embrace, we can love and cherish. It's all about how you look at your growth. When you finally can see how your path has changed you in such a dramatic way, it made you face things that was hard to come to terms with. There are certain situations you have suppressed for so long that the universe is guiding you to seek peace from those situations, not carrying that around like a magnet towards your way. They want you to be able to embrace what they're about to be gifting you with, allowing you to really see life at its fullest. We have so much hatred out in the world. We have so much ugliness out in the world, and they need us, as light workers, torch bearers, earth angels, whatever you obtain, to really allow ourselves to be guided towards that. Like I've said before, we had to go through these trying times. We had to go through intense mishaps where, a lot of times we try to understand why are we still here. And anytime, you're still dealing with, difficult circumstances, and you're still living and breathing, that means universe is not finished with you yet. They know what we deal with is not easy. They know what we have experienced along this path was not easy, but it was never meant to be that. We had to be able to learn from a deeper, meaning of life, being able to see it at its purest form and being able to take that and it's like, what, if you don't like what you see and you have that position to change it, do so. If you allow yourself to see things for what they truly are, and that that you can strengthen your ways through the things that you see, do so. Our ascension can really put us through it. You know what I'm saying? I've done this for almost close to 3.5 years, and I've been through hell and back, hell and back, hell and back. But when I can really truly see it for what it's worth, I don't have to cry, get my kumbaya, been mad at the universe, trying to understand what you're trying to get me to learn. But through all that, I had to be very careful and mindful of the things that I spoke about myself and towards the universe, because that can really mess me up. But being able to allow myself to get pride out the way, knowing that we're all a work in progress, just knowing that you're doing everything you can to change your view on how you see things in a negative way to turn around in a positive way. um that's what the universe wants us to learn. It's just a lot of times we have gone through things and we hold that anger in from things that has attacked us, mistreated us, traumatized us, abused us. But they wanted to be able to show you, even though all these things has transpired in your life, you have so much more to give, just because the fact is you went through all those different things. And they wanted you to be able to know. It's just like I was telling my sister the other day, my soul sister yesterday. It's like, when we have gone through transitions, it's like we're going through what God went through. He sacrificed himself, placed himself on, well, got placed on on a cross to die for our sins. He had to go through all that trauma, just like we are going through all that trauma, to be able to be that sacrifice for things that we're trying to change in the world. Because like I've told y'all many times before, it's easy to be mad. It's easy to push out hate, being hateful towards people. It's easy to show, the evil out in the world. It don't take much for that. But where the strength lies in is, even though all these things has attacked you in one way or another, when you can still reflect out love, still reflect out peace. Darkness don't like that. He wants us to be bitter. They want us to be able to focus on things that we cannot change. It wants us to be able to focus on things that we truly need to learn from and just part ways with. They want to bring up, oh, you remember this? Yes, I remember this. Yes, but I'm no longer thinking that way. And being able to really see things, in the last 3-4 days, I mean, I've really seen life in so many different angles. And I was just like, wow, okay. This has taught me a lot in no short period of time. I had to allow myself to guide myself to really see things that I was still healing from in a positive way, and can really truly be grateful for universe allowing me to see this from a different way. Because I had to constantly keep, even though I was going through different emotions, I had to ask universe, God, please keep working on me. I understand you were really trying to show me something positive out of a heavy situation that is really, has really messed me up in so many different levels, but, blessed me in the same way. And then when I can allow myself to rise in consciousness, to be able to share that love with other people, that was good. As soon as I said that, it was like 77 on my phone. But, going through all these things has taught me a lot. Put me through a whirlwind of emotions where I've been pissed, been angry, wanted to sit up here and, react to certain things in a negative way. But then when I allowed myself to, just breathe for a moment, and not allowing myself to sit in darkness of sorrow and anger and madness, I had to allow myself to, allow the change that, my loved ones that have passed, the spirit guides, my archangels, the ascended masters, just allowing that change of vibrations they were sending me to really comfort me through those times, because they knew what I was dealing with wasn't easy to come to terms with. Being able to close doors that I never got explanations for, but just to know better is awaiting around the corner if I allow myself to give that myself that chance that I deserve. A lot of these changes is went on in my life that I can truly say, what, is hurt the hell out of me, but what, I can benefit so much in so many different ways. This has taught me a lot that I can truly appreciate, because it's like when you're allowing you, when you have went through so much trauma, that there's some things you just don't discuss. But then you when you can allow yourself to understand, okay, even though this has happened to me, it's not still happening if I'm not allowing it to. Ego wants you to remain thinking about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, the missed opportunities. A lot of things had to transpire into your life for you to have those lifelong lessons. These had to come to you. There's things that you desperately want in your life, and it is for you. What is for you will be for you, no matter what others try to say, what kind of doubts that you try to put in your head, or even if it's ego trying to tell you things will never transpire. You have to allow yourself to let that ego die in peace. And just let them know you rule yourself. You rule how you see things. You rule how you respond, what energy you place on what do you focus more on. I said, I had to tell myself I'd rather focus on growth instead of focusing on things that is no longer relevant to me. Those situations has taught me things, even though it hurt the hell out of me. Those are the things to strengthen me, to know, this is what something that has really impacted my life in so many different ways. But I can actually be appreciating of what those dark times has really taught me in a positive way. It allowed me to see the strength that I have, even when I didn't feel like I had any. Anytime you have endured the worst kind of trauma in the world and you're still living and breathing, that's not, you're not what happened to you. You're not the product of what happened to you. You are the person that overcome what has happened to you, and being able to be proud of what you have went through, but actually also overcoming succeeded. you know this is not the time where we need to wallow in our pity and be in a victimized type vibration. That's not what it's supposed to be about. A lot of people feel like it's easy to be a victim, and at times you can be victimized. I'm not going to say that, but it's just like when you allow yourself to say, you know what, I'm not going to allow this situation to really take a hold of my mind, body, and spirit, when there's so much better coming my way. It's easy to be thinking about the negative things that is happening to your life, but this is not what they want you to think about. We get angry when we have done so much good in the world, and we have asked for only little and we still can't get that. And they want to be able to give it to you, but if your mind is not focusing on achieving the things that you're working hard for, but you're more of uh wanting people to say, oh, I told you so, or the message gets out that the people that's done things in the dark hasn't you know came to the forefront and being able to be acknowledged on things that has happened to you. They don't want you to think about stuff like that, because you're putting your emotions and your power towards something that doesn't deserve that from you, doesn't deserve that type of attention. Using being able to see your traumatic situations to help you use that as a stepping stone to get towards victory, experience success and succeed towards anything that has been placed on you that was supposed to break you down. It's supposed to break you down. It's supposed to give you that, that sense of reality when there's times when you feel like your life is falling apart. Yes, it is falling apart, because now when you're at, it's just basically like an open wound that needs to be healed. If it's been infected for so long, it's never going to heal. But if you're allowing to be treated, you treat it, take care of it, just like you would an open wound, it'll eventually heal if you allow it to. you know you know what to do when you have, you had like, cuts and bruises and stuff like that that truly needed to be healed. But a lot of times when it heals, we have a bad habit of picking the scabs when we truly need to let it fall off by itself. I've done it too many times. And it was hard. What I'm saying? No, they weren't going to say the road that you're going to be on is going to be a piece of cake. No, it is not supposed to be. But you had to be able to experience those things, as well as appreciate what those situations has taught you, and at a different vibe, different level, that you can truly appreciate. And it's just when I keep going and growing and growing. There's times where it's not been easy, but when you always call out to your spirit guides or your ascended masters, asking them, I'm holding a lot of heaviness in my heart, and I really want to part from this. I don't want to feel this way anymore. And and all of a sudden, when I say that, and they know I'm true on what I'm really saying, is all it is open to free will. Only time they will intervene if they know this is going to kill you or hurt you, when it's not your time. That's the only time they will intervene. But other than that, it has to be something you have to request, because they're always there. They're just like, okay, I really want to help you, but if you're not calling out to me, I can't help you. you know and a lot of times we feel like we're alone when we're going through a lot of things, and we're truly not. you know but it's just like when you feel like you're dealing with things and you just are tired of dealing with it. When my mom always used to tell me, when you're tired of stuff, then you allow yourself to take that change to where you're not feeling that same way anymore. You're allowing yourself to stop being untrue to yourself. Because a lot of times we go through things and that's what we face on. I've been connected with people where I've seen them, all they did is talk about negative, negative, negative. And, I might talk about negative things in my life, but I'm also allowing you to see the negative impact of what has been placed on me, but the positive of how the positive of, response I placed in that negative situation. If I want to ever bring up something very tragic, I want to be able to bring out the positive from that negative situation, because that's what it's about. You know, when you can allow yourself to be vocal about things that has transpired in your life, but also showing the magnitude of positivity that has came from that situation that has traumatized you in, so such a, intense way. But I mean, it's just like you might not be where you truly deserve to be or want to be right now, but you are nowhere near where you used to be. You might have been dealing with this for a while. I've been dealing with mine, shoot, almost my whole life. But when I finally found out the truth, I mean, I've been dealing with this almost close to 4 years, and it don't really put me in a situation. But I can actually be able to honestly say this was a blessing in disguise to me, even though I've had a lot of traumatic situations and things I've experienced throughout this of my spiritual awakening. But the person that I'm becoming now, I can really truly appreciate that, because it's like before, it was like I just held on to, negativity. Like, that was my best friend, because I was so used to it, and it's just like change is never easy. When you have to allow yourself to see the positive out of a negative situation, it was hard for me to do that. And when I allowed myself to really see it for what it was, in a positive frame of mind or a positive direction, I can say, oh, okay, now I see, I understand what y'all are trying to, teach me. They want to be able to bless you with things that you have worked hard to manifest in your life, but you have to want it more than what when you're allowing yourself to see the blessings and stop counting the fears that you've experienced or the doubts or the mishaps. They want you to be able to learn from those things, but allow yourself to know, okay, how this felt, where you seen where this takes you. Do you want to be there anymore? No. So you allow yourself to see the positive, you know, messages that they're trying to teach you through a negative experience. And a lot of times it's like, it's really hard to do that, but that's up to you. Only person that can block your way is you. If you're allowing it, there also, you can say that somebody else has done something to you. Yes, they have, but you're allowing that power to do that. When you're giving them, basically, you're giving them permission to mess up your life. Why would you give anybody permission to do that? When you're allowing yourself to let the left hand know what the right hand is doing, enemy will come to you is in disguises of best friends. They will come to you disguised as family, close co-workers. They could have been the people that you truly leaned on, or they leaned on you. And all of a sudden, when the times changed and the scripts has been flipped, you're starting to see the true colors of people. And a lot of times it's like, when I look at certain situations I've been placed in and seeing how people that I really cared about, I'm finally seeing the true colors about them. And I'm just like, dang, why wasn't I able to see these before? A lot of times the red flags were there and just didn't want to pay attention to them. Or maybe it was like, oh, it was just probably their mood today. Or, they might have a lot of going on when, the universe was showing those red flags a long time ago, but you had to really be able to take part in that. Because a lot of times with us being empaths, somebody can be really going through some traumatic things, and they can harp on us, for what's going on with them, and put that on us. But if you're not allowing yourself to see those red flags that this person doesn't need to be in your life, or you need to stop thinking about this situation because it was supposed to just teach you, not for you to hold on to, all these different things. So it's just like, when we're tired of going through these spiritual attacks, when it's like the dark night of the soul, which is, oh Jesus, that's a whole nutshell within itself, because what that dark night can really teach you. It allows every insecurity, every trauma, every mistake, anything that was negative for you to be able to face your insecurities. Everything is being faced at that time, and it's showing its rear ugly head. But those are the things that you have to accept, like, okay, this did happen in my life, but it allowed me to see things in a different way. you know um Things has happened from people mistreating you. Yes, it has. But a lot of times, with me, I used to hold that anger against the people that did things to me, especially when I know I've been doing above and beyond. But I can't get mad if people are not on that same mindset as me. I can't get mad because they don't have that same heart as me. I don't look at people saying that you're beneath me. I don't. I feel like there's certain situations that people try to guide towards me that is in a negative way is beneath me, because I'm not, regardless of what I'm doing, I never look down on anybody. You know what I'm saying? I might be filled with disappointment when it comes to certain people, especially when I know I didn't bring that type of energy towards you or, at you at all. But it's just like when they're doing that, it's just like they're going through their stages of life that later on is going to teach them valuable lessons, just like it's doing us at this time. And a lot of different things has transpired in our lives that you can really truly benefit off of, to where, while you're elevating yourself and you're healing and you're allowing yourself to really, you know deal with all these different things, to be able to heal from things, because we don't went through trials of drama, drama and trauma, of generations that has been passed on and passed on, to where, it needs to stop with us, because this new frame of thinking, this new frame of vibrations, this new frame of love is about to transpire, and it's going to start with us. So we had to see the darkness for what it truly was, and being able to embrace that and not be scared of what we can't see, to know that, what is for you will always be for you, but it's all about how you go for it. Are you going to allow yourself to say, okay, this is mine, this is something I deserve? Yeah. So that means you're going to put the energy and the focus in on trying to get what you deserve in your life. Don't allow somebody to rob you of that. A lot of times you be going through all that, and you had to go through it just to experience it, but to be grateful from all those things. So, allow yourself to be, seeing all your blessings that is trying to be guided towards you, of the things you truly deserve, because you really do. But it's all about how you tend to look at the experiences that has transpired in your life. Look at it as in a positive way of growth and experience, and things that is basically like a cheat sheet to allow yourself to know when these certain things is transpiring again, how to nip it in the bud and keep on moving. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. Much love to you. I would love to give a post notification shout out to Michael Radson, as well as Mal Moore. Much love to you. Peace and be wild.